Bitcoin industrial complex breaks another record with over 70 billion in trading volume in a single day, and we've only just begun. Bitcoin crypto morning tea. Hey. Good morning, everybody. My name is Pianomattyb. That is Scaramucci's. This is your morning TA. A brief glimpse into the crypto markets where the sun's shining, where the wind's blowing. All the humble opinion of this piano Zamboni bringing the data. The FOMO index has jumped up to 94 from yesterday's 82. Bitcoin dominance 59.4%. 24-hour volumes 242 billion. The overall market cap 3.29 trillion. Give or take 100 million. Well, another day, another all-time high, with a side order of record-breaking volume and some dumpy-dippy appetizers, but we talked about this, so it should have come as no surprise to anyone in this boutique community when Bitcoin price action, well, she had a little dump and pump. Percent fib at 96.2, then the 38.2% fib at 95.5, which is also at our channel of Ascension's Resistance, now acting as support. Quick fib retracements on this chart would be the 23.6% fib at 95.5. Let's reverse engineer the Fibonacci's and hunt our next potential upside. Now, if we slide this old 23.6% fib up to our channel's resistance, now acting as support, we get our next target of 99.6-ish. Lord love a doc. She didn't do just that. After a tumultuous market open, price action first threw a bearish monkey wrench at the charts, finding a bottom and a bounce at 95.5, then on its way back up, rallying all day long, peaking out at 99.6, and has retraced somewhat to a time of production, 98.7. Now, seen as though we are in holy hallelujah price discovery mode, we really only have the fib retracements to look at, which would first be at the 23.6% fib at 97.5, followed by the 38.2% fib down at 96.5, which is at our channel of Ascension's Resistance, now acting as support, and if she's so darn tootin', maybe the goldenest of golden ratios, the Siggity 1.8% fib down 94.3. Now overrun that ding dong, you can see we did carve out and close our fourth green candle in a row, and are currently carving out what looks like a spinning top candle, which is a signal that the market may have topped out and is contemplating a reversal now. Under normal market conditions, I'd expect this to play out to the 23.6% fib down at 96.5, which is also the 38.2% fib back on the 4-hour chart. double word bear score at that level, and maybe even a retest of the 38.2% fib down at 95.1, but we aren't under normal market conditions. We are in the bull run of all bull runs, the battle of the institutional FOMO, the dawning of the nation state, game theory, in the pursuit and creation of the Omega candle, which will change the world forever. Quick look at the Wookiee sees our stay green price for the week is way down at 89.7. You remember the 80s, don't you? We ripped through them like, I don't know, in a couple days, and with 1 week left in melt your face off November, although a cool off would be welcome and arguably needed. This market shows no signs of slowing down. Next stop, breaking through 100K. Would you look at that, my friends? The sun's up. It's another beautiful day here on planet Earth, a day none of us are guaranteed. We're not guaranteed these days, yet we're lucky enough to have them anyway. So get out there and knock them dead. And remember, we're playing the same game as our psychopathic elected lead. That's right, it's the long game. Sauce him out and have a fantastic day. And we'll be going live right away, so grab yourself a coffee. Join me for a quick one, and it's Friday. So by all means, sing it out for me, won't you? Around the banks of Boom to Spang. Cha-cha-cha-ching.
I'd say it's a Ecamm glitch at this point all week long. Just takes forever to flip over into another scene. It's not that hard, Ecamm, all things considered. Are we going to hit 100K this weekend? That's what I was going to do. I was going to put in a little poll to see if 100K this weekend. But of course, you know, I forgot. Are we going to hit 100K this weekend, Drew?
Yes.
Yes.
Flat out, full stop, man. I mean, the weekly candles that you showed in that intro video, I've been highlighting this for I feel like a half a year. In November, before the blow off top year of Bitcoin, we have 3 to 4 weeks of just all gas, no brakes. And I've been talking about it a while. I feel like we're going to overshoot 100K by $6,000 to $16,000, and then cool off, come back down, and improve in between $90,000 to $100,000 is the new support coming on up. But I feel very, very strongly that we're going to be able to brag about $100,000 Bitcoin over Thanksgiving dinner next week, next Thursday. We're going to have that big grin on our face. Uncle Joe, he's going to be eating his ice cream at the dinner table. He's going to be asking, how's that Bitcoin going? Because I haven't had a look at it lately. And he'd be like, it hit 100K, Uncle Joe. It hit 100K. I was right. You were wrong. The Moon Boys were right. It's sad. It's true. And then the FOMO starts kicking in.
Thank you, Miss Go, the Oprah Winfrey of the Cha-Cha-Cha channel. Gifted 5 memberships. Thank you very much, Miss Go. Hopefully, see you tonight at the live piano bar. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Miss Go. Much appreciated helping build this channel. So awesome of you. Thanks again.
That's what it's about, man. That's what it's about, supporting the local creators. And, really, when I see, I've had to do some kind of crazy things that I never had to do in the last few years. Okay, I had to chart out XRP and
Oh
put
my
price
Lord.
expectations for XRP. It's awake. There is no denying that it's awake. So I've had to chart out XRP this morning once again.
What did you
Slightly
see?
upgraded targets. I mean, so it hit $120 billion market cap in 2017. There wasn't many altcoins to choose from in 2017 that were at the top. Now you have a much wider ecosystem, but it's a long-standing token. I acknowledge that. And Brad Garlinghouse is politically connected. So now he's sitting here he's going to be around the Trump administration. He's going to be talking about how Ripple's already working with FedNow, yada, yada, yada. So I had to do a extremely bullish price analysis on XRP and take into account, the amount of tokens that will be circulating mid 2025, all of that good stuff. I don't think XRP holders are set up to miss out hugely. What I'm seeing right now is that if you held it from March of 2020 at 17 cents, I bought a bunch of XRP at 17 cents. And if you are in that position, you're probably going to be able to keep up with the gains being made in AI. But I don't know if I want to reveal all this altcoin stuff on you because we usually talk about Bitcoin, but I
That's
don't
okay.
think
I mean, if something's pumping,
Okay.
something's pumping. We might as well give
Something's
it its
pumping.
due. Yeah.
And so what I see here, XRP is at like $1.45. It's now more than doubled from. Okay, so what I did is I got out of XRP at 65 cents. I did from 17 cents to 65 cents. Now, since that time, it's more than double. It's at $1.45 as of today. Retail, it's funny, people are saying retail's not coming in and not moving the market. It's like speculative retail people are seeing the releases of XRP. They see now that Gary Gensler's gone, and now you can see what's happening to the price. So let's say in a extremely bullish situation for XRP, that it triples its previous all-time high in terms of market cap.
Which was what?
$120 billion. So now we're cooking all the way up to $360 billion. And that's a
Where are we
big
now?
market cap. I think we're right under 100 billion. Let's see here. Where are we at? Yeah, so we're at $81 billion market cap.
So we're close to its old all-time high?
We are close. It is getting close. So you're about $40 billion away from the previous all-time high.
Price-wise, where are we?
Price-wise, you are right. I mean, you got about 100% pump from here to get to that previous all-time high. But in terms of market cap, you only have to pump by about 50% of the market cap to get to that level. Now, I take all of this into account, all of these different tokenomic levers and market cap levers, and I come up with, let's just say something extremely amazing happens. XRP holders experience a market cap that gets just under $400 billion this market. Because I've said it, all chips that keep the lights on in crypto are going to rise with the tide of this cycle. I could see XRP flirting with $5. I could see XRP flirting with $5, and that is.
Sorry, where's it at? Where's it at now?
$1.45.
Okay.
$1.45.
I'm caught up.
Yep. So I could see an upside of around 200 to 300% from XRP as it sits right now, and that's taking in the tokenomics. Because you have to keep in mind only half the tokens are out. And Ripple does release, it does dump and use the money for political lobbying, but obviously that positions them near these political leaders. So it's kind of a give and take on that side. So I take all that into account. In a hyperbolic situation, you could be looking at $4 to $5 per XRP. And we are in a hyperbolic environment. XRP is still holding in the top realm of market caps. I cannot deny this. I do think that Solana is going to outperform XRP this cycle, but I don't think that XRP holders are going to be too disappointed finally. And I just wanted to, it was aggravating for me over the last few cycles to watch XRP's diminishing returns come. And now I feel really good for the people that have held it. And honestly, like I was kind of trolling people because I dumped all my XRP for near when it was at $1.90, and it's just a smaller market cap. Near's at a $7 billion market cap. It's AI based, and that's where being diversified helps. But I think that some pretty amazing things are coming for these legacy tokens that people have held, and they're finally going to see the upside that I feel like they deserve because they've been diamond headed in these things forever. So shout out.
So if XRP going to $5 and you said Sol will outperform XRP, what's your Sol? Top?
Yeah, I mean Solana, I feel like is going to breach $1,000.
Holy smokes! 1 second here.
Yeah.
This just in. Our good buddy Carl Elder. Holy smokes, he's gifted 20 memberships to the beloved boutique community. Thank you very much, Carl Elder.
Shout out. That is awesome.
Wow, what a Friday. Thank you, Carl. Thank you, Misco.
Dude.
Unbelievable. What a great start to the weekend. Thank you very much, guys.
Absolutely, man. That you guys have no idea how much that matters to us small creators, dude. Like
it's the thing. It keeps the lights on, right? That's it.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, for Solana, in order for Solana to accomplish $1,000 per token, it needs to hit around $500 billion, which is basically my market cap target for Solana. I could see XRP in the 200 to 300 bill market cap range at the peak of this market, but I can also see Solana at the 500 bill market cap. I see Ethereum at the $1 to $1.2 trillion market cap realm, and I see Bitcoin. It's a kind of a wider range, but $3 to $5 trillion this cycle. Stupid amounts of money are coming into this, and with that disgusting amount of inflows, then these smaller auxiliary plays. This is where like, people are able to tangibly change their life in the span of 8 months. This time frame that we see coming in right now, and it's just hilarious. We see the news of World War III and medium range ballistic missiles being used by Russia into Ukraine. We see British missiles being used into Russia, and all these talks of World War III, but yet our bags start to pump to the absolute moon. This is the collapse up situation as the media sells this new squeeze of fear on the average person to batten down the hatches. This is where retarded amounts of money is made, and I'm here for it. I'm absolutely leaning into it. I love it. And yes, hit the likes. If you're here positioned and leaning into this fear, this is where legends are made, folks. And it's just about being positioned, holding the line, and not being shaken out by the FUD, and really understanding for your cycles. That is something that you have to pay attention to because, there's a good time to transition out of altcoins back into Bitcoin and retain your value. Now, how deep of a pullback we get on Bitcoin is still a hard discussion to really hit the nail on the head with. Now that we have nation state FOMO, now that we have corporate FOMO, and honestly, retail is going to FOMO into this thing. They're going to hear and see all these newly made millionaires bragging about $100,000 Bitcoin, and then they're going to see the price continue to go up. Things are about to get pretty ridiculous. So
yeah, that's a good. You bring up a good question because, like, generally we see pullbacks, right? So we were, by all metrics, we're hella overheated. We're on a bearish divergathon for all week. All week, you look at the charts. Although it's kind of corrected itself a bit, but if we don't have retail in yet, and we just have these massive institutional FOMO and huge money, and they're not selling, well, where do we get these historic 30% retail drawdowns come from? Where do they come from?
Yeah, I mean, they will come from retail and, maybe larger investors, but they're not going to come from nation states or corporate treasuries. That's what we have to keep in mind. Pension funds, corporate treasuries, and nation states, they don't have this hold for a year and sell plan. It is
Right.
a consistent growth plan over the course of decades. So, we have to keep that in mind when we're trying to look for that bottom in 2026, 2027. Maybe, in my mind, what I'm going to be doing is taking the gains out of altcoins and putting half of it back into Bitcoin and then the other half into real estate. That is the general plan that I have moving forward, into 2025. And I'm looking for the peak, somewhere after May and before October of 2025. That's where I'm going to be looking for the absolute peak of frothiness.
Do you think we will see I almost know the question before I'm going to answer it. Before I ask it, are we going to walk away in May and then have a summer bummer and then have a last little kick at the can into October, November next year?
Yeah, historically, that's how it's operated. But historically, we did not have ETFs. We did not have this nation state variable. So I could see historically, we do have a pullback back down to 100K, in reference timeframes right now, and then cook up to the next Fibonacci on the whole market. It goes from $100,000 up to $150,000. And there's a lot of chop in between that time frame. So, what I'm looking for is basically a pullback down to that level that we're about to breach and proving it as support. Really, the pullbacks are harder for me to analyze now that we have all this information and this bill rolling out in the United States. So when I think about a top for Bitcoin being 250,000 or 200,000, I'm not going to feel bad buying that top Bitcoin and watching it fall back down to 100K or 150K. That's just because I may never get that pullback, and that's something that I never want to miss out on, because I am highly convicted that we are going to see Bitcoin in the $1 million range once we get to 2030 timeframes. And that is something I want to absolutely have available for my children to experience, land and Bitcoin. So, that's just the overall game plan. I'm playing kind of a longer time frame mindset with it.
There's also the theory of the sophisticated trader. So as cycles continue on, like yourself, myself, a lot of people in this community, we're well aware that if you don't sell at the top, which, I mean, who really sells at the top? Who's that great? It's a very small. It's like a pyramid.
I do it by accident. I'm telling you, I do it by accident. It's a mistake every time I do it.
But you do sell at the top?
I sold Ethereum at $4,500.
Unbelievable.
And I sold ICP. I missed the exact top. I sold it like 1650, and then AVAX I sold at $52 in March 2025 or 2024. Ethereum I sold at $4,500 mark in the bull market at 21. But it was in my gut. It's a mistake, dude. It's like I bought Ethereum for $180. It pumps up to $4,500. I have more kids born, and I need a bigger minivan and a nice car. So I take the money and I change my life. I easily go to the dealership, and I've obviously transferred my money. I just, here you go. Give me the damn van. As long as I got the thing, get out of my face. I don't spend any time arguing with them. And yeah, it's the top, but it's by mistake. It's really about having financial goals and needs in mind, and then the mindset and the cojones enough to change your life with those gains in a tangible manner. That's why you have to have the goals of like, what's going to be the thing that really makes your life easier? How are you going to create cash flowing business? How are you going to create cash flowing property? And then when you see that number hit, then you got the balls to pull the trigger and just go ahead and do it. So could be a mistake. I don't know. But every time I feel like bragging to my wife about my phone, the numbers on my phone, it's pretty close to the top. So
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, I mean, it's a common thing. You want to take screenshots. You want to
Yeah.
send to those people that have been making fun of you all the time. But you have to not do that because you're putting the karmic bears out there to come back at you. We got 4 more likes, and then Misco will put another 5 free memberships up there for everyone who has their membership thing going. I'm not sure how it works, but some people are saying they can't get it. I think an interesting business plan that I've been telling some people close to me, they're getting close to retirement in the sense that they're 5 to 8 years away, right? And so they're talking about these side businesses when they're retired, and they're ludicrous. I mean, they're bricks and mortar, selling into the public, advertising, marketing, employees, all these things. Meanwhile, they have the opportunity to invest in this Bitcoin cycle that just goes up. Now, the opportunity when we do have whatever bear market we may or may not have, boom, if these people start deploying all that money that it would take to start a business, brick and mortars, get the lease, pay the employees, all that stuff, the marketing, they just take that capital and invest it in Bitcoin. Well, in 2 cycles from now, that's going to be the best performing business. Holy smokes. I didn't even know what I was talking about, Misco. Thank you for the 5 more gifted memberships. Holy smokes, this could be the start to an amazing weekend. Wick says Misco is the best co.
Love seeing the support, man. Yeah, I mean, you bring up a great point, though. It's like,
thanks, Misco.
My mom, she saw what I did with crypto last cycle, so she bought Bitcoin at like $40,000 and felt like she missed out, right? But now the Bitcoin investment that she's made at $40,000 looks a lot different. And she is tangibly on her way to finishing off her mortgage on an insanely huge house. She's going to be retiring, and it's $1.5 million, and it's in Colorado. She's just about killed the mortgage. She's going to be able to finish off the mortgage with just the Bitcoin holdings. And I doubt that she's going to want to do that as well, because she could probably kill them off with the altcoins that she's holding. So she's going to be able to retire. I don't think she will retire ahead of time, but she will have the ability to. And then that retirement and that pension fund that she's getting, it's not going to have to go towards paying off, the mortgage. It can go to just great experiences, enjoying the time that she has in retirement, and not being that cog in the wheel that's just stuck there and cannot escape being a slave to the dollar. And this is the escape velocity that I wanted to see. Same thing with my dad. My dad's been hilarious, bro. He has been so dogmatically bullish on XRP since I talked to him about XRP and my investment at around 20 cents. And he's been just consistently laddering into it all the way up until he stopped laddering in once it broke 60 cents. My dad's crushing it. I mean, and he's also got a paid off house. The organizations, he's, got an engineering degree, and lean manufacturing is kind of going to the wayside. Production's slowing down. Guess what? He has a paid off house. He has investments literally just printing him money in the background now. And he's chilling. He just remodels his house. And the people that I was close to that have been following me on this path are really honestly set up for the remainder of their time here. It makes me feel so damn good to not have to worry about my parents being, Walmart greeters because they have to pay off the remainder of their loans and to hold on to this nest egg that they put together, because they were hardworking people. They went to school, they got degrees, they did everything that they were told to do. And if they hadn't had leaned into these alternative assets, there was a tangible chance that might not have been enough to escape the wheel. So it just feels good, man.
Well, I have a similar story, and it's kind of treading on that jinxing what's going on right now. But the mom has a retirement portfolio that is run by said financial advisor. And I had told her, because she can't get exposure to Bitcoin through it, I'm like, you got to tell your guy to move a percentage into iBit and MicroStrategy. If you can't get the actual physical Bitcoin out of it, move it into there. So she did, and you know, she tried to tell him, and of course he just bullied her back to the starting line. It's like, oh no, we can't do that. It's too risky. We're gonna have to get lawyers involved and stuff like that, and you know, we're just not going to do it. And so, knowing that this would happen, I told her, well, just when he says this to you, says that's fine. I got to take my money. I'm going to move it to another person. And as soon as that happened, the conversation happened. Boom. He's like, well, well, hold on.
Yeah.
And then he did. And so I can't wait for her to get like that monthly letter from the financial advisor to see, like, in the history of her portfolio, there's never been, you know, she's lucky to get, and most people are lucky to get, you know, 8 to 14% on a bumper year, right? This in a month, her thing's probably gone up, you know, 30, 40%. So it's going to be funny, and hopefully it changes his behavior.
That's what I was saying. It's going to click in these financial advisors' minds. Like, wait a minute, this asset class is outperforming my entire life's work in the span of like 2 or 3 months. And so that's when you get kind of that snowball down a hill effect. They start talking to the rest of their clients about it that haven't woken up to what's going on. And things can get really ridiculous. And honestly, just without all of this game theory, the basic movement of this market, I've tracked this all the way back to the second halving and how each bull market is operated. If we outperformed the fib from 2013 to 2017 in a big shot. We tried not to. We tried to hold off at the previous all-time high. No, we jettisoned way above and beyond that. Now, 2017 to 2021, the fib acted perfectly, and everyone felt like they got kind of blue-balled, but honestly, the price action landed exactly where it should have on a psychological Fibonacci level. Now we have the catalyst and the velocity to repeat that just with just the United States buying Bitcoin on the plan that's presented in S4912. That is enough buying pressure without BlackRock, without all these corporations, to get us up to the $250,000 mark. Now we have the compounding factors of BlackRock's ETF. We have nation state FOMO. We have the United States doing what they're doing. We have corporate treasuries hammering into this all at the same time, plus the potential of a true and tried supply squeeze happening over the next year, because it's all coming down in this miracle market effect. And those that are positioned for this crypto bull market in the next year, I will not be surprised if crypto mints the most millionaires, the most billionaires that we've ever seen in human history. So strap in and get ready for what's coming.
Make sure you like and subscribe.